Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
We begin with an update to a story that we broke an hour ago about the Walmart in Detroit Lakes. It's back open after being closed for more than 2 hours over a gun scare. Police Chief Steve Todd says that a citizen called authorities saying that she saw a man flash a gun and run into the store.
Now, they urged shoppers to leave and shut down the store as a precaution. Numerous troopers, sheriff's deputies, and police responded and combed the store, didn't find anyone matching the man's description, and no gun was found. Authorities also went through security video but saw nothing suspicious.
24 hours after a close vote, and there's already talk of lawsuits. The Fargo School Board last night approved a separate facility for children with complex behaviors.
This plan involves a joint effort with West Fargo schools. It'll remodel Agassiz School to eventually handle more than 60 students who'll be moved from classrooms to Agassiz starting this fall.
Local advocates tell Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall why there may be a legal battle ahead for the district.
When you segregate a particular group of people, in this case it is the K-5 special ed students, then are they being discriminated against because they have a disability?
Advocates say Fargo Public Schools' decision to educate aggressive students in a separate facility could be seen as discrimination and segregation, which they say are issues the country has already dealt with.
It's like any other movement, you know, with people of color or different diversity groups. Just any kind of segregation we don't like to see.
In fact, it's an issue North Dakota has already faced as well. In the 1980s, ARC faced off against the state over the segregation of people with disabilities, and ARC won.
The ARC sued the state of North Dakota on behalf of those individuals, and the result of that lawsuit was gradually deinstitutionalizing people who had been at that school.
Now, more legal challenges could be on the horizon.
Under the idea, which is special ed law, you have to provide all the levels, B, C, and A, B, C, and D. But in providing D, it doesn't say you have to provide it in a separate building.
We do feel it is a violation of a person's rights. They should be given a free and appropriate education, and as far as the ARC is concerned, appropriate isn't in a school that is only with people with disabilities.
And while some parents may feel defeated after the board's vote, advocates say they shouldn't stop fighting now.
When we look back in history on special education, it was primarily the ARC and other advocacy groups and parents that got the special ed laws enacted and got special ed into our public schools. So parents are a very powerful force.
In Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
School board members say helping these students is a complex issue, and while not everyone agrees on what the best way to help is, ultimately they all want the students to be successful.
In our schemes and ripoffs tonight, the Minnesota Department of Health is issuing a warning after becoming the subject of a spoofing attack. Today, the agency received several reports of residents getting calls from people posing as the department and requesting personal and business information, including credit card numbers. According to the complaints, the calls appear to come from the main phone number. Authorities urge recipients of suspicious calls to not give out any personal or financial information, adding that legitimate public health calls do not ask for personal information, and legitimate callers should be able to provide specific, verifiable contact information, such as their supervisor or work unit.
An unusual but serious situation for police in West Fargo as they had to deal with a runaway bull. A call came in around 8:30 that a bull was on the loose near 12th Avenue Northwest and the Central Livestock Association. We caught up with a steer chugging along some nearby train tracks. Crews, some on horses, were able to corral the bull and get it off the tracks safely and get it returned to its owners.
There's a chill in the air tonight, and it looks like we'll feel it again tomorrow morning. Robert, grab a jacket tomorrow morning?
Yeah, you may need a coat by the time we reach the early morning hours. Right now, temperatures have already dipped down into the 40s and 50s, even some low 40s out there. 41 in Langdon, also 41 in Baudette, 42 in Bemidji. Winds have died down, lighter winds out there, but still seeing some gusts over 20 miles per hour. They'll continue to subside as we head into tonight. That in combination with clearing skies spells a very cold night for this time of year. Overnight lows dipping down into the 30s, even a few spots below freezing, especially across the Northern Valley. All the rain that we had earlier, that has since moved on out of the region. Again, some cold temperatures tonight, some frost and freezing type temperatures in most areas. So if you've got that garden already planted, you're going to want to protect those plants and bring those potted plants indoors. The good news is the cool air does not stick around very long. A nice warm up into the weekend, and we'll detail that in just a few minutes.
That's the best part of it. Thanks.
A number of people have contacted our whistleblower hotline with complaints about North Dakota State College of Science. School President John Richmond addressed the complaints when he appeared on Point of View on KX4 with Chris Berg. The State Board of Higher Education is bringing in an independent auditing firm to look into the complaints. Richmond says many of the tough decisions being made are focused on having a balanced budget, and many of the changes are a reflection of changes in the needs of this generation of students. He feels the school will come out of the audit cleanly and that the reported issues are not negatively impacting students in any way.
And when you look at our student satisfaction, when you look at our student retention, our student graduation, and our student placement rates, it speaks volumes to what our employees do and to the satisfaction that our students have.
There have been also accusations of fraud, with complaints that the second floor of the library at the school is being left empty to show more need for additional buildings. Richmond says that is not true and that the school does not need any more buildings.
A Minnesota man wants to know what happened to his best friend. David Montgomery, who lives near Callaway, says his dog Bert was killed by authorities while he was at work one day in April. Bert apparently got loose. Police say the DNR put Bert down because he bit a neighbor. Authorities say they tried to contact Montgomery, but he says he got no message or note from anyone. He just wants Bert's collar and the dog's body so he can bury him.
Did they just throw it in the trash heap somewhere? Is it in a dumpster somewhere? Did they throw it out in the field for the animals? I mean, what's going on?
The neighbor who was bitten tells us he saw Bert running after deer and took it upon himself to kennel the dog. Bert had his collar on and was up to date on his rabies vaccines. And remember, you can call our whistleblower hotline if you need help with an issue in your community. Call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it.
Former NDSU quarterback Carson Wentz is taking another opportunity to raise money for those in need. Wentz is teaming up with ChickfilA to raise funds for his AO1 Foundation. The Philadelphia Eagles quarterback took to Instagram today to announce the new fundraiser for this Friday. For every #1 meal sold, or the original Chick-fil-A sandwich, the food chain will donate $1 to the AO1 Foundation. Locations in North Dakota, Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Delaware will be participating.
Airlines are raking in a lot of money from baggage fees. How much travelers paid last year, and the higher baggage fees you might be paying for international flights.
And a movie warehouse in LA is now missing a key prop from the Iron Man film, what the burglars stole. Up next.